Hello, Gabe Heller here. Today I'm going to be testing out several mods for Minecraft 1.11.2 for inclusion in our Rainbow Robot pack.
Rainbow Robot, blah.
We're trying to get all of those old mods back that we did in our 1.7.10 version. One we're probably going to have to substitute is Extreme Reactors for Big Reactors. It is basically a port of the same mod. I've been working on textures, and I've been starting with the oldest mods, working my way up from there. But Big Reactors was only just updated, so while I was working on textures for it, because it was one of the older mods that we had in the pack, it was being updated. So I'm working on building a turbine in the single-player world so that I can see what the turbine interface looks like. And I'm very close. Once this reaches 50% depleted and the waste gets up to 1,000, then I'll be ready to build a turbine. Because I need, as you can see here, I have 7 cyanide ingots and I need 8 to make a plutonium. That's a new recipe. As you can see, there's no more cyanide reprocessor. Yeah, no cyanide reprocessor. So, you haven't seen me create this world, so I guess I'll show you around it. So what I created when I was testing stuff a while back. And I decided to build many things in it in order to test out high-res textures. Now, high-res textures for Mechanism are not working, but I haven't looked at them to try and fix them yet, so. But high-res textures for Big Reactors seem to be working, as you can see from here. Looks rather nice. These are higher res textures than the ones I made. I just made 32 by 32 once, since most of the mod was already textured at 32 by 32. I only made them for the turbine. So these are still 32 by 32 textures. Sortex Fanware didn't texture the turbine at all. Pretty complicated assemblage at the moment, but I'm going to take apart this reactor and build it into a different kind of reactor over here, connected to the turbine. I was also going to build the computer interface for the turbine. There it is. Redstone repeater, redstone, gold, and turbine housing. I think I'm actually out of gold. Processed gold, that is. This is what's using all the power, is this digital miner. I believe I have some gold ore left here. Yes, I do. So let's take 16 of that and run it through the ore doubler. Beyond these dirt blocks are some caves which I explored pretty thoroughly once I had some decent armor. I lit them all up. Mine them out somewhat, and the digital miner is working on mining them out the rest of the way. I got this set up here, which is a cobble generator. Putting cobble in here. Now it turns out that the turtles now need power in order to break blocks as well. I made a bunch of redstone repeaters in order to make turbine stuff, but I think I may have used them all up. Nope, there's some. Okay, so we've got a redstone repeater, that's good. In just a little bit, the enrichment chamber will be done with this gold and we can start it cooking too. There we go. So, as you can see, there's a villager here. Hello, villager. As it turns out, I was quite close to a village when I started out, so I made my home in a village, and unfortunately one of the villagers has fallen down the hole. Oh, somewhere there are zombies. Hopefully not inside the village. I believe I lit up the village well enough to keep them from getting in, but they may be just outside the fence. There they are. Come on, come up here so I can kill you and then sleep. There we go. My mouse. There we go. Sorry. Rearranging my mouse cord there. Now I should be able to sleep. There we go. Hi, villager. Excuse me. Get at the door, thank you. Okay, so here's the little village that I live in. We've got chickens in this village, apparently. Yep, there they are. Hello, chicken. And I've flattened it out, read on the path. Got this neat forestry house here. Cool stuff in the chest that I have yet to mess with. There are plains biomes, so there are lots of red beehives. At some point I mean to start pumping this oil. Maybe I should do that now while I'm waiting. I'll go back downstairs and see where we're at. We have a pump, that's right. It's here. And it should be empty of lava. We just pumped up a bunch of lava with it. So... Oh, and I am out of pickaxes. So let me make a pickaxe. It says it's an enrichment chamber for some reason. Oh, my inventory is full. Okay. Okay, now we're going to want a drum. There we go, a drum. And we're going to want some power. This is our portable power cell. Looks like there's some path that I haven't quite redone yet. I was waiting for the grass to grow back because you can't make path from dirt. Alrighty, what do we got here? Okay, so we've got our power cube, energy cube. Oh, that's right. There. And then we've got the pump. There we go. Should be filling up with oil. Excellent. Oil is cool. That's interesting. It's filling up with oil. Cool. The oil out of the drum there, and it should start filling with oil too. Yep, cool. We're nicely inside the village. Cool. Let's see how we're doing here. Yep, filling up with oil. Cool. Okay, well, I bet that our reactor is finished by now. Yes, there we go. Excellent. So that means we should have 8 cyanide in here, which we can craft into plutonium using the new recipe. We have 2 plutonium, 2 plutonium, and 3 diamonds. And this turbine housing, we should be able to make the controller for the turbine. There's turbine controller. There we go. Ta-da! And this is a new texture that I made for the turbine controller, based on my old texture. So what if we put it here? Okay, machine is too small, but it's not finished yet. So I hope it's not just that it's not tall enough. We'll have to see. Okay, time to take the reactor apart. So it looks like we're going to need some more glass. We've got some graphite. We may need more graphite, so we should probably start some graphite cooking. Okay, that's the thing. We need this, which means we need this. There we go. Turbine housing core. Excellent. Turbine housing. There we go. Need some redstone. There we go. Turbine power tap. Okay, so the power tap goes here. Hey, and it's hooked up. That's good. And then we need some casing. There's the casing. There and there. And the rest of this is to be glass. I don't think we have any more that we need to be casing. What does the computer port need again? Okay, 2 redstone. We've got that. Cool. Oh, we don't have a redstone repeater. Because those were comparators? Yeah, okay. So redstone repeater is different. It is 2 redstone torches and redstone and stone. Okay. There should be some stone in here. Got some sticks. There we go, redstone repeater. Now we should be able to make turbine computer port. This is another texture that I did, based heavily on the texture for this, and my old texture. Okay, so we've got the controller on that side, so I think we want the computer port on this side. There we go. Probably start building the turbine now. Got a rotor blade here. There. There. And we've got rotor shaft. There. There. There we go. That's all nicely connected up. Oh, we need blocks of stuff. I've got a lot of blocks of iron, so I think I'll probably use blocks of iron. Long term, I may use blocks of gold, but I'm using up gold pretty quickly. So I've got some blocks of iron in here. There they go. Probably means we've got some in here now, too. Yeah, there we go. Okay, blocks of iron. Okay, and they will go all around it at the top. So I can reach it there, and there, and there, and there, and there, there, and there, and there. Okay, cool. And we have some turbine glass there, 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 there. And then we need... So we might need one more housing. Oops. And think about that spot right there. Yeah. Dope. We can always try it and see what happens. Okay, one more turbine rotor blade. Goes there. Good. And let's see here. Okay. Now, what does the controller say? Glass cannot be used as part of a turbine's frame. Yep. So that's you here. That glass. Oops. So I make one more set. Hopefully at this point it will turn into something. No. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Is it too short? Closer to the rotor bearing than all other parts inside a turbine. I got the rotor bearing wrong again. I always think the rotor bearing goes on top, but it goes on the bottom. Okay, so to replace that with turbine housing. There we go. And then we have rotor bearing, rotor shaft, sorry. There we go. And then the rotor bearing goes to the bottom. There we go. And then turbine glass, there. And there. Oh, no, I'm missing a rotor blade. Okay, where's the rotor blade? Rotor blade, there we go. Okay, and then turbine glass, and then turbine housing. Hey, it turned into something. Yay, so it's not too short. Now we can see the interface. There's the interface. Doesn't that look nice? Some of those icons are mine. Some of them are ones that have been textured with the new from Sortex Fanfare. So, we need to pump some water into the reactor, and I think we have to do that by taking apart the turbine a bit, now that we know that it works. But we first have to build the reactor the rest of the way. Okay, so for the rest of the reactor, you need some reactor casing, and it goes there and there. So I'm going to need another set of reactor casing. Now this is just air at the moment. Is air alright? I think air is alright. I don't think we want to cool this at all. We want to have the temperature in the center, temperature outside be... In fact, we'd like to have something that conducts, but I don't know if you can just throw iron in here. I guess we'll find out. I got these blocks of iron. Okay. We have the reactor control. Sorry, the reactor fuel rod. There we go. And then we just need 3 reactor casing. I don't have any spare reactor casing, do I? No. Okay. Reactor casing core, reactor casing core, reactor casing. Yay. Notice these recipes are very different. Okay. That do it? I think it did it. Okay, cool. Okay, so we're going to need a tank to put water in. Okay, and that's where the water goes into the reactor to get heated up into steam. Place a tank down here, and we need some way of getting the water in there. Steel and a bucket. We're going to need another bucket, though. Okay, basic mechanical pipe. There we go. And then configurate. Okay, now we should be able to, well, once we have another bucket. We got some tin, let's use that for a bucket. There we are, a bucket. Okay, so now we should be able to bucket water out of here and into this tank. It should go into the reactor. Yes. Coolant fluid tank has a bucket of water. Cool. Okay, looks like the pipe is full of water. It's backing up into the tank, so we're good. Okay, so having done that, we need to put back this port, turbine fluid port. It's going to show up wrong, so we need to fix that with the extreme wrench. There we go. So now this is outputting. This is where this turbine will output water back to the reactor. Excellent. And we fill this in turbine housing. Yay! Okay. So now there's some water in the system, and it's stuck in the system, and it'll just keep going back and forth. But we need to set this to preserve all exhaust fluids. Good. Turbine will slow or halt fluid intake if exhaust fluid tank is full. Okay, cool. That's the way we want it. Is that it? That might be it. Alright, you. Activate turbine. Looks good. But no water is coming back into it, so that's excellent. And then we will put our Yellorium in here. See what happens. Nothing happens yet because we haven't turned you on. Okay. Activate reactor. Okay, it's making steam. The steam going into here. Yes, the rotor speed is increasing. Excellent. When the rotor reaches 1800 RPM, you'll engage the coils. Should be pretty soon we'll get into the green zone. There we go. Engage the coils. Speed is still increasing. So we're probably going to have to slow down the reactor. We may even need to turn it off. On the other hand, the rotor speed is increasing more slowly now. That's close enough. What we're going to do is we are going to, I've got somewhere here, there we are, a turbine control program. So I will hook up the computer and turn it on and see what happens. Okay, here's the computer. Computer goes here. Okay, paste bin, get turbine control GPK and L6 K capital F as a startup. Okay, let's edit it. Because I haven't looked at this program in a long time. Okay, So, if the speed is between 850 and 950, or greater than 1750, then we make sure the inductor is engaged. Okay. Otherwise, we turn it off. Okay, so as long as the speed is optimal, then we engage the rotor. Cool. Yeah, that seems like exactly what we want to do. That way, if it slows down, it'll get a chance to speed back up again, just so long as it isn't going too fast. It doesn't have any way of fixing it if it goes too fast. So we may want to do a little bit to fix that. But for now, exit, and we'll run it. 1754. There we go. Then it should have turned it off, and yeah, then it'll jump up, and then it'll immediately re-engage it. Yay! It does get a little higher than we would like in 3 seconds. I wonder if I should have it check a little more often than that. It's more like 1 second is what we want. Okay. Terminate. So currently we sleep for 3 seconds. Let's change that to 1 second. And start it again. Yeah, there we go. Only just barely gets into the orange, and then it's right back in the green. Excellent. Oh, the energy buffer is absolutely full. So maybe we want to change things a little bit. Because when the energy buffer is full, we don't actually want to be running the turbine. So it's get energy stored is what we want to check. Because the thing is, we also want to throttle back the reactor. Okay, so it does work. It does give us the right number. I do have another control program that I was using for the reactor that was supposed to have it keep up with a turbine regardless. So let's put that program into action. Reactor fluid control. E6. U. 4. Gets a 4 SVP1. Let's see if that works. Okay. Okay, so you get the coolant amount, and if there's more coolant than hot fluid, somewhere there's a witch. If there's more coolant than hot fluid, then we pull the rod out, which is correct. Then we set it to 0, it's less than 0. Okay, otherwise we insert it more. Good, okay. And then we set it to that, and then we sleep for 7 seconds. Okay, let's try that. I believe, yeah, currently it's using everything that the reactor can give it, so you don't really need to worry about it. Well, that's it for this world for now.
Warning, warning, this video is almost over. Warning, warning, it's time to choose another one. This has gone on far too long, time to wake up and sing along. Warning, warning, this video is over now.